Tonight, students eat breakfast for dinner to raise money.
Plus, a new diverse dance organization is coming to Troy University. Stay tuned. Troy TrojanVision Nightly News starts now.
From the high-definition digital production center on the Troy campus, with news from Troy University locations around the world, this is Troy TrojanVision Nightly News.
TrojanVision Nightly News for Wednesday, October 10th, 2012. I'm Justin McNally.
And I am Bailey Majors. Thank you for joining us this evening. Troy University Student Government Association has approved a new organization that hopes to bring a wide variety of students out of their comfort zones and onto the dance floor. Judson Garner has more.
And the Troy Dance Club Constitution has passed.
The Troy Dance Club Constitution is official after its president received vocal support by several Student Government Association senators.
I highly support this. I'm glad that you're bringing this up because I know that it means a lot to you, and I know that you're going to do well with this organization.
There are several dance clubs that have established a big presence on Troy's campus. So what makes this club different?
Troy Dance Repertory Ensemble is awesome. But not everyone is on their level.
And Steven says this organization is going to mainly target people without professional training who also just like to dance.
Any student, any Troy University student, I've had many many international students come to me.
Steven says he's been dancing most of his life and he can provide students with a wide variety of dancing knowledge.
I will be teaching everything from salsa to waltz to tango to ballroom dances to Latin dances to hip-hop, fast hip-hop, dubstep choreography. I'll be teaching it all.
In addition to on-campus events, the group plans to take their act into the community.
People don't like to just practice. They want to showcase their talents. So in the ballroom or Latin type dances that I'm going to do, or I'm going to teach, since it's an older style of dancing, we plan to go to the nursing homes and more of the hip-hop style or the modern day dances. We wanted to get in touch with Charles Henderson High School here and, just try to, go to the auditorium or show the kids, this is something positive that can happen in the university, between your 4 or 5 years studying.
Judson Garner, Troy TrojanVision News.
Later next week, the Troy Dance Group will hold an event on the quad to recruit members.
One fraternity gave students an opportunity to chow down on a morning time favorite to raise awareness for their philanthropy. Farmhouse Fraternity held its first ever Philanthro-Cakes fundraiser last night to raise money for bone marrow research. Students gathered in the top of the Trojan dining facility to take part in this first-time event. But what exactly is Philanthro-Cakes?
We're cooking pancakes to order for all students, as well as we have sausage links and orange juice. And the idea is just to have a little fun, get all students in here together and congregating, mingling with people they maybe do not know.
Farmhouse partnered with Sodexo, who supplied all the ingredients needed to make this event happen. Brothers from Farmhouse cooked and served all 300 people who participated in this event. And students really took to this great deal.
Worked out, especially for me. I was busy doing stuff before, so I was able to come and actually get this as my dinner, and it's all you can eat, so it's really great food for a really cheap price.
Tyler Pigg, president of Farmhouse, knew that this event would not only benefit their philanthropy, but the students would enjoy it as well.
And it was just something that we felt like on a Tuesday night or a Wednesday night or any time during the week we could have this event. I think we get a lot of people here to raise awareness for Be the Match in the bone marrow program that we've started to sponsor, as well as National Leukemia Lymphoma Society. It's just a good event to have a food that everybody likes and a good time to eat breakfast, especially with midterms kind of rolling around right now.
And I know students are worried about saving money, but Farrell is here to break down the numbers.
Price for dinner in the city of Troy runs from $10 to $12. And this dinner being $5 and all $5 going to philanthropic funds. It's the best I think money can buy for a dinner in Troy tonight. Essentially for $5 you do get all you can eat pancakes.
We just heard Farrell say this is a great way for students to enjoy an inexpensive meal and spend good time with friends. And it can be said, if they're hungry, let them eat pancakes. Farmhouse raised $1,800 at last night's event. So, Bailey, most people say teachers have the power to change a person's life.
That's right, Justin. And today, Troy University's Department of Career Services held an education fair to help students find a teaching job after graduation. Courtney Addison has more.
Hawkins Hall is filled with tables full of various school boards ranging from right here in Pike County all the way to Wake County, North Carolina. Those schools came to Troy University in hopes of finding potential teachers for their school districts. And one school administrator says Troy is a great place to find future employees.
We've had great success here in the past. The people here are so hospitable and always treat us well. So we come back looking for great teachers, as we always find them here at Troy University.
The education fair is put on by the university's Department of Career Services in hopes of matching students with the school districts that best suit them. One Troy senior says what he feels he has gained from attending Wednesday's program.
Kind of seeing what kind of questions people ask and what they're interested in and stuff like that. It was a little nervous before you walk in because you don't really know what they're expecting, and just kind of learning how the whole routine works and stuff like that.
Along with learning how to be prepared and more comfortable around administrators, students were also able to understand what future employers look for when hiring a new educator. Here's what one school administrator says his school looks for when bringing in new teachers.
Some of the intangibles we look for basically are people who love children, love to be around them, love to teach. Just really look for people who are really interested in the learning environment and allowing our children to grow. And by really caring for them and nurturing them through the learning process.
Courtney Addison, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Any who are interested in making use of Troy's career services can visit their office in Eldridge Hall, room 104.
And now taking a look at news from around the state. In Mobile, students are protesting a deadly police shooting at the University of South Alabama, while others showed up to support campus police. About a dozen students came out to protest, some chanting, "Don't shoot us." A smaller group voiced support for the university police. A campus police officer shot and killed 18-year-old freshman Gil Collar early Saturday.
And in Montgomery, the Montgomery County Board of Education is hiring a private investigator to look into allegations of grade changing. The board voted yesterday to pursue the investigation after the Montgomery Advertiser reported last week that teachers at 3 high schools admitted to participating in or observing hundreds of improper grade changes.
And in Daphne, a man has become the first black person to win election as mayor of the Alabama city. AL.com reports that Bailey Yelding Jr. had previously taken office as mayor by way of appointment. In an election last night, complete but unofficial results showed that he had won.
Still to come on Troy TrojanVision Nightly News, it may only be the middle of the week, but the Trojan football team is one day away from taking the field. Danielle Percival will have the details on tomorrow night's game next in sports.
But first, President Obama and Mitt Romney's running mates are preparing for Thursday's vice presidential debate. We'll have that story and more after the break.
With the presidential race tightening, the vice presidential candidates get ready to debate in Kentucky. I'm Susan McGinnis at Center College in Danville. I'll have that story coming up.
Today, we gather to recognize the selfless decision of one of the most influential women of our time. The woman who, after having one too many drinks, chose not to drive home buzzed. Here today to honor Rachel is the family whose lives she spared.
I was looking for something that if I had to take online, I could still take it, but I wanted that personal touch that Troy offers. I needed to be able to work around my schedule because I still support my family full time, and I needed to be able to be flexible, and Troy met those needs.
On campus or online, Troy offers you an extraordinary education with the flexibility you need. Troy University. It's all you need to know.
My name is Jeremy. I am a criminal justice major with Homeland Security. I needed to reinvent myself, and I chose Troy.
From the high-definition digital production studios of Troy University, you're watching the award-winning Troy TrojanVision Nightly News.
And now for a look at what's happening across the nation and around the world, we'll go to Justin McNally at the Global News Desk. Justin.
Thanks, Bailey. Polls show the presidential race is neck and neck. Both candidates are vying for votes in the battleground states while their running mates prepare for Thursday's vice presidential debate. Susan McGinnis reports.
Mitt Romney teamed up with New Jersey Governor Chris Christie on the campaign trail in Ohio.
So we just got to get government the hell out of the way and let you succeed.
The Romney campaign is hoping Christie's bold style will help attract undecided voters in a state that's close to a must-win for Republicans. If Romney loses Ohio, he would have to win almost every other swing state to get into the White House.
Ohio is going to elect to be the next president of the United States. Thank you so much.
Romney has been gaining ground in the polls since his first debate against President Obama. The president spent Tuesday in Ohio and critiqued his debate performance in a radio interview, saying, "I think it's fair to say I was just too polite."
When we were on stage together, Governor Romney decided that instead of changing his plan, he just pretended it didn't exist. What $5 trillion tax cut?
The vice presidential candidates are next up on the debate stage. Republican nominee Paul Ryan and Vice President Joe Biden are preparing for their face-off in Kentucky.
The vice president is an experienced debater, but is also known to let his words get away from him, stirring controversy on the campaign trail.
Unchain Wall Street. They're going to put you all back in chains.
Ryan was just 3 years old when Biden first became a U.S. Senator.
He's been doing this for 40 years. What I hope to get out of this debate is to present people with a very clear choice.
Ryan is trying to downplay expectations, but a new poll shows more voters believe he will do better than Biden Thursday night. Susan McGinnis, CBS News, Danville, Kentucky.
Doctors are noticing an alarming trend in the patients they treat for stroke. They're getting younger. Vanita Nair has the details and a look at why this may be happening.
Santos Rodriguez woke up in March and couldn't move his left arm. By the time he got to the hospital, he could barely speak.
I know what I was trying to say, but I couldn't pronounce it. I told the nurse, I said, I really can't, I'm trying to say things to you and you're not understanding me.
The doctor ran a few tests, then sent him home. But later that night, he felt intense pains in his head. He went to a different hospital where his doctor found he had suffered 3 strokes. He was just 46, part of a growing trend.
If patients start having their strokes younger, they will be left with many more years of having the disability.
New research finds that in 2005, 19% of stroke patients were under the age of 55. That is up from 13% a decade earlier.
Doctors think the reason for this trend has to do with an increase in risk factors. More and more young people are obese, have diabetes, and high cholesterol.
Rodriguez didn't know he was diabetic until after his stroke. Now he's getting it under control with diet and insulin. With a wife and 5 kids to support, the stroke was a frightening reality check.
It reminds you of how easy things can be taken away from you.
7 months later, Rodriguez is slowly regaining strength in his arm, and mentally, he's nearly back to normal. He says he's committed to a healthier lifestyle so he can be strong for his family for many years to come. Vanita Nair for CBS News, New York.
And that wraps things up from the Global News Desk. To see more stories from across the country and around the world, such as what Japanese car maker is recalling millions of cars around the globe. You can tune in to TrojanVision Global News right after the nightly news. Now, back to you, Bailey.
Thanks, Justin. And now Danielle Percival joins us for a look at sports. So, Danielle, it's the middle of the week, and the Trojan football team is getting ready to play a home game tomorrow night.
That's right, Bailey. It is a bit of a different schedule than what we're used to. No football game this weekend. However, we do have one just around the corner, about 24 hours away. And it's an action-packed segment full of football, so let's get into it.
All right.
It might only be Wednesday, but to me, it feels like Friday because it's game day eve. The Trojans play host to Western Kentucky in a midweek matchup tomorrow night. And while both these teams' dominant color might be red, pink is going to be the highlighted color for the Trojans. They will be donning pink gloves, pink ribbons on their helmets, and pink towels on the sideline in support of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. But now, let's break down the matchup.
In both of the Trojans' home games so far this season, they've set records. Quarterback Corey Robinson broke 5 school records against Louisiana Lafayette, and in the game against Mississippi State, the attendance record at Veterans Memorial Stadium was broken. But another similarity in those 2 games, they were both losses. And just about any coach would tell you, they'll trade records for wins any day.
If we've sort of failed against Lafayette, but trying to get back to championship caliber and win a game that sort of puts you there. And this is a huge game for Troy.
The Trojans have 6 home games this season, but they're already 0-2. Blakeney has never had a losing record at home during his career at Troy, but that's not the main reason a Trojan victory is needed Thursday night.
It sure is an important game as far as the picture that we will paint Thursday night as to who is what in this conference. So in that respect, it's a very, very important game.
However, there is one phrase Blakeney wouldn't label this game as.
Must win, I don't think I would call it that. I wouldn't want to do that because if we were to lose, then what are my players going to say? Well, you said it was a must win.
But his players share a little different opinion.
Of course, Blakeney says it's not a must win, it's not a must win. I feel like we need to win. My teammates feel like we need to win. We're going to try our best to win. We're going to do what we got to do to win.
We got to get back on that winning streak at home this week, man. We really need this one. We got to get it. If we get this one, we'll be in the driver's seat for the conference, which is where we all want to be. This is the best team we've played all year, including Mississippi State. They're a good football team, Western. There's only two teams they've lost to, in the past 13 games are LSU and Alabama.
And both of those teams were ranked #1 in the country at the time Western lost to them. On top of that, the Hilltoppers have won 8 straight Sun Belt Conference games dating back to last season. And by the way, they've rushed for over 200 yards in 3 of their first 5 games. Good enough to give running back Antonio Andrews Conference Offensive Player of the Week 2 weeks in a row. Through the first 5 weeks of the season, Troy and Western had 9 of 15 Conference Player of the Week awards. So what does Willie Taggart, head coach of the Hilltoppers, expect in this game?
It's going to be another challenge for us on the road, and Troy's pretty good at home, and we're pretty good on the road. So it's going to be a challenge. It should be a good ball game, and we're excited about it. It's been a while, been a week since we played, 2 weeks now, and our guys are hungry and excited to get back out there.
The Trojans are in for another tough test Thursday night. The game begins at 6:30 at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Troy will be looking for its 4th victory, which would be more than the team had all year last year. Also, prior to the game will be Trojan Walk, as fans have the chance to welcome the players into the stadium. Trojan Walk is set to begin at 4:15 in front of Sartain Hall. And with there being a midweek game, we're going to change it up a little bit. Instead of TrojanVision Global News and Nightly News tomorrow night, Jonathan Sellers and I will bring you a Trojan Sports Now tailgate special. For more info on the content of the show, here's Jonathan Sellers.
Coming up, we'll give you a look at a couple of big events that have happened in the past few months in the athletic program, including the Troy University Sports Hall of Fame induction ceremony. We'll also count down the Trojans' top 5 midweek games in the past 10 years. Be sure to tune into the Trojan Sports Now tailgate special.
If you're heading out to the game, you still have the opportunity to tune into the show, or you can record it and watch it later. The Trojan Sports Now tailgate preview show will air at 4 o'clock, 5:30, and 10 p.m. tomorrow night. So it's not just the football team that has a different schedule. We've got a different schedule here on TrojanVision as well, with the Trojan Sports Now preview show that's going to be coming on tomorrow night. And then on Friday, we'll bring you the normal edition of Trojan Sports Now, where we'll cover everything that's gone on so far, including a wrap-up of the game tomorrow night. So best of luck to the Trojans. Excited to get out there and watch some football.
Absolutely. Best of luck to them. We're all excited to be able to support them, especially at home.
That's right. It's very exciting to get out there and watch them at the home field.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Coming up on TrojanVision Nightly News, we'll learn about a way for Troy residents to help victims of child abuse.
But first, temperatures seem to be warming up the past couple of days. What can we expect for the rest of the week, Brittany?
Cool weather will not be sticking around for long. Stay tuned for your local weather up next.
We are America's swim team, united by goggle marks,
dry skin, and webbed feet. Separated by seconds, bound by friendships.
We have superhuman powers, superhuman lungs,
superhuman strength, and we love
that after the chlorine wears off
and the water drains from our ears,
we are still America's swim team.
I am.
I am.
I am.
I am.
I am.
We are America's swim team.
Our Troy program is one of the largest in Troy University. So whether students take classes in Tennessee or in South Korea or Japan or Vietnam, there is no difference in quality.
Get your degree on your terms with eTroy online degree programs. Flexible, accredited, respected across the globe. Troy University. It's all you need to know.
My name is Dr. Lee, Troy University College of Education, and I choose Troy.
From the high-definition digital production studios of Troy University, you're watching the award-winning TrojanVision Nightly News.
Troy University's official student newspaper, the Tropolitan, comes out every Thursday. To give us a look at what will be in tomorrow's edition of the Trop, here's Andrew Clay.
Good evening, Troy University. Here's what you can expect to see in this week's edition of the Tropolitan. In news, Farmhouse is serving up philanthropy pancakes, and Delta Sigma Theta's Delta Week is explained. Arts Entertainment previews Patrice Hodgins' bassoon recital this Friday, October 12th. When you flip over the paper, sports highlights a local Alabamian's cancer struggle as she skips chemo to see Chipper Jones play. Also, learn about volleyball's road performance and a Trojans nomination for a major football award. That's tomorrow's Tropolitan Today. I'm sports editor Andrew Clay.
And now Brittany Drawdy joins us for a look at weather.
So Brittany, I mean, it's been heating up a little bit outside, kind of getting away from those fall temperatures. Me personally, I liked it when it was cooler outside. What can we expect for the next couple of days heading into the weekend?
Yeah, definitely. Many people were hoping that that cooler weather would stick around for a little bit, but it looks like it's starting to warm up. And as we take a look outside, we can see the partly cloudy skies we can see on our campus now. It definitely warmed up very much so this afternoon. Most were expecting those cooler weather for the past couple of days. But as we go into our current conditions, we see those mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures sitting at 76, dew point at 58, humidity at 54%, barometer at 30.11 and steady, and winds coming from the north around 9 miles per hour. Today's stats, high 76, low 51, no rain, sunrise at 6:44 a.m. and a sunset at 6:18 p.m. Around the state, Mobile 81, partly cloudy, Huntsville a little cooler, 68, partly cloudy, 76 in Birmingham, Montgomery at 79 and sunny, Troy 76, Phoenix City 77, and Dothan a little warmer at 80. Going in current temperatures, we can definitely see Southeast is definitely warming up a little bit more than what we've been experiencing here lately. Definitely, as we see across the state, everything's a little bit warmer than it has been, but it's still cooler than we've been seeing all summer, so that's really nice. Current surface, we can see a couple of high pressure systems here going on. This low front that's coming towards our direction, not too much of it affecting us right now, maybe in the next few days, but not much going on as we see the state of Alabama. Departure from normal, 5 to 10 degrees cooler for us. Next 48 hours, not seeing much rain. Definitely Thursday, same thing. That's a good thing for game day as we go into Thursday. If y'all wanting to know, hey, what do we do? What do we wear to the game Thursday night? Definitely kickoff. It's going to be about 72 degrees. Halftime, 65. Final at 62. Definitely going to be a little chilly. Grab a jacket, but it should be perfect game day weather. Friday, same thing. That weather is going to stay out of our way. Not too much going on there. Same thing as we go into the weekend. It's going to be very beautiful, rain staying to the northwest of us and not seeing too much of a chance of anything going on there. Going into Sunday, same thing. See a little bit of it going into the northwest of Alabama, but for us, it should be staying off, not too much for an effect on us. Tonight's forecast, be careful though of that patchy fog. It's going to be developing about 4 a.m. Winds are going to be light and variable, coming from the north around 5 miles per hour. We're going to be seeing a low of 51. Same thing tomorrow's forecast, fog early a.m. before 9 a.m. Mostly sunny, light and variable winds coming from the north around 5 miles per hour. Definitely going to be seeing a high only to go on to 77. It's going to be a little warmer and nice. 4-day forecast, seeing sunny skies across the board. Thursday at 82 with a low of 56. Friday a high of 86 with a low of 61. Saturday partly cloudy with a high of 84 and a low of 61. Sunday is going to be partly cloudy with a high of 82. So, Judson, we can see that as we go into the weekend, it's going to start warming back up to what we're used to, that kind of, mid-80s, high during the day, maybe a jacket at night, but not really. So we're going to be experiencing a lot more of that, but hopefully the fall weather will come in and stay and kind of kick that out, hopefully sooner than later.
All right. Thank you, Brittany.
Thanks.